Hey, what's up to all my wrestling fans and my Godfather Soldier Swimming? Terrible show tonight once again. Name my top tonight is called Trouble and Terrible in Tulsa. Will Backlash be good 1 week from tomorrow night? So much I say, let's get down to business. WWE Smackdown kicks off. You know what the worst thing WWE has never. Wait, before I finish, you know what the worst thing WWE's never did? They did no tribute to Heavy Metal Van Hammer. No, from WCW, no tribute to Heavy Metal Van Hammer on in the opener of SmackDown. I mean, opening Raw a few weeks ago and opening the SmackDown a few weeks ago, because he died on a. Because he died on April 18th, 19 April 18th of this year. The opening show they didn't no tribute to him last uh they didn't no tribute to him on April 20th, 2026 edition of Monday Night Raw, and they didn't no tribute to him last Friday on the on the and no tribute to him on the April 24th, 2024 26 edition of Friday Night SmackDown. And no tribute to him. He died at the age of 66. That's a shame. Shame on WWE. Let's get down to business tonight's show. The SmackDown kicks off with clips of Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu from Raw. Live in the ring, Cody's music hits, and they come out the show. We see a little segment with Cody Rhodes coming out here. And here he comes, this man, Ricky Saints, making his debut from NXT, talking to him. Then we see a little segment between little backstage segment with Charlotte Flair and Alexa. In comes Rhea and Kat Kelly walks away. Rhea says she's tried to take on Fatal Influence alone when she got ambushed. She says she's willing to put their differences aside if they are able to help out. Bliss said thanks Rhea, but Flair tells her that they have teamed before. It doesn't mean they have to team again. Rhea says there are 3 failed incidents of Flair and Bliss. I don't understand what Charlotte Flair's problem is, but I think the problem is, Charlotte Flair's problem is, she beat Rhea in at WrestleMania 36, and she in her attitude is getting her in her face. It's unbelievable. Flair says three is a kind of a crowd and walks away. Let's see. Let's go. I'll call you. Hey, Kevin, Mike. Here you go. The match here. Charlotte Flair with Alexa Bliss versus Jacy Jayne with Fatal Influence. Okay. A few minutes in the match. Charlotte Flair chops to the chest, followed by a clothesline. Gets on. Gets on a ring apron. Gets on the apron. She lands a big boot on Jayne. Flair climbs the top rope and lands on a crossbody, but Jayne reverses it. She goes for a cover, but Flair crosses. She lands on a crossbody, reverses it and goes for a cover. Flair kicks out. Jayne grabs Flair, but Flair with a big boot. Flair climbs to the top rope and lands on a moonsault. She goes for a cover. Jayne kicks out. She runs towards Jayne, but Jayne with a chop block. Jayne with a running knee to the face. She goes for a cover, but Flair kicks out. She runs towards Flair, but Flair with a big boot. Flair with a figure 4 leg lock into a figure 4-8 into a figure 8. The fatal influence trip Flair's arm up. Fatal influence hit Bliss on the outside of the ring. Flair gets her and turns it around, but Jayne with a rolling encore. She goes to cover and gets a pin, winner Jacy Jayne. Fatal influence beat up Charlotte Flair, but out comes Rhea Ripley. She gets in the ring. Fatal influence leave the ring. Shakes Charlotte Flair's Rhea's hand. Yeah, that's the right thing. Because I mean, I understand what was her problem. What Charlotte's problem? Meaning, she defeated Rhea at WrestleMania 36. So I know why she has her attitude against attitude with her. And we'll see a segment with R-Truth and Faxion backstage. Then we'll see a little commercial with Miz and Kid Freeman about Danhausen. Then we'll see a little championship match, Damian Priest and R-Truth, who are the SmackDown Tag Champions against Faxion. In the match, the bell rings during the way. R-Truth and Axiom start the match, and R-Truth with a headlock, but Axiom throws him into the ropes. R-Truth with a shoulder tackle. He goes for a right hand onto Axiom, but Axiom with an arm takedown. Drag takedown. Frazier is tagged in, and R-Truth tags Priest in. Frazier with a kick side of the head. Axiom is tagged in, but Priest with a right hand. He goes for Razor's Edge, but Axiom reverses it, and he throws Priest to the outside of the ring. In comes R-Truth, but Frazier throws him to the outside of the ring. Faxion go for a suicide dive, but both R-Truth and Priest move out of the way. Back from commercial, Priest with a right hand onto Frazier. He lands on a backdrop onto Faxion. Priest with a kick onto Axiom and a flapjack onto Frazier. He goes for the South of Heathen onto Frazier. But Frazier lands on his feet and kicks Priest. R-Truth is tagged in, and R-Truth Frazier goes to the cover. R-Truth kicks out. Frazier R-Truth goes R-Truth to the outside. Frazier with a suicide dive onto R-Truth. Axiom with a suicide onto Priest. Frazier with a senton over the top rope onto R-Truth and Priest. Axiom with a springboard moonsault over the top rope onto R-Truth and Priest. Frazier throws R-Truth back into the ring, and Axiom is tagged in. The cab pull Inferno. Axiom goes for cover, but Priest pushes Frazier onto Axiom to break up the count. Priest tags in himself in. Priest throws Axiom into the outside of the ring. Priest with the South of Heathen onto Frazier. Priest with Razor's Edge onto Axiom. He goes for cover and gets the pin. Winners are still WWE Tag Team Champions R-Truth and Damian Priest. Talatong gets the ring in the match and attacks R-Truth and Damian Priest. Soul Seek stands on the ring apron, and Talatong with a double choke slam to Axiom. Tonga with a choke slam to Priest. We're going to go commercial break. Let's see. And we'll see. Soul says Talatong are his family and blood. His blood are his blood, but the MLTs are not standing because of him. Then we'll see a little segment with R-Truth. Then we'll see a little segment with the Usos, Talatong, and Usos, and everything. He says Jacob says he's coming for his title, and and Usos tell him that Jacob is a dead man, that he's a dead man. And we see Cody Rhodes walking backstage. He stopped by the same thing. He tells Cody that he heard about him last week, how he called him condescending. He says Cody wanted to be a golden boy. He wishes he was the golden boy, but is the golden. Cody is the golden boy. He says he is tired of this misunderstanding. If he feels that way, they are the last dying breed. They're the last real good guys. They are. He says they are friends. They are the same. Cody says there are a lot of truth, but it's one thing. They are not the same as he walks away. We see this match with Cody Rhodes against Ricky Saints. Then Cody won. Then we see Bam. Gunther runs from behind, gets Cody in a sleeper, but Cody is out. Gunther with another sleeper, and WWE referees run to break it up. Gunther lifts the Undisputed Championship, and he throws the title. Gunther leaves the ring and heads back heads to the back. Now you know what this means now. This means we got a match Cody versus defending his WWE title against Gunther. You know what this means now? This means you know what this means now? This officially means that Gunther has moved. Yeah, Gunther has moved from Raw to SmackDown. This means we got Cody Gunther 1 for tomorrow and the end of Cody Rhodes. And then somehow they're gonna put that belt on Gunther and have him destroy all the people in WWE Universe, and you know if they put that title on Cody, he can just put that. If they have Cody drop the title to Gunther, Cody could just quit WWE. Could just do a pipe bomb and quit WWE. That's what he can do. Just quit WWE and go back to AEW, make it great again. We'll see you go segment between Biz and Danhausen. And we'll see cut back with Royce Keys warming up, and a commercial break, and Blake Monroe promo for Blake Monroe video airs. We all know who that is. That's Mariah May from AEW. I feel like WWE might mess her up. Then we'll see this match between Royce Keys versus Angel with Berto. Royce Keys won the match. Then we'll see a backstage segment. And we cut the back. We see Kathy Kelly's with Tiffany Stratton. She tells Kelly that she, as a champion and birthday girl, people should come to her with opportunities. And in comes Chelsea Green on a wheelchair. And I don't care. I really wish WWE would have never fired Zelina Vega. As I want to see Zelina Vega destroy Chelsea Green after she took the Women's U.S. title from her not too long ago. Chelsea says she brought Tiffany Stratton a birthday gift, and Chelsea stands up. She says she is her birthday gift. She says she has drinks for them, and Tiffany refuses. In come Kiana James and Julia. James says it's not like Tiffany will be champion for long, and she wouldn't be doing her job if she didn't secure Julia a title shot. Tiffany gives James a title match. She tells James that they will see how well James does, and she will not she is not being held back. And we'll see a little segment between Royce Keys and Jacob Fatu. Then we see a little segment, and Sami Zayn comes out here and explains why he did what he did. Judgment Cosmos in the ring. His music. He says he doesn't say this in every city, but he loves coming to Tulsa, Oklahoma. He says he had a beautiful morning. He is a huge Bob Dylan fan. He's a folk legend. Until one day he decided to pick up an electric guitar. He says people turn on Dylan, and he can relate. Zayn says he doesn't know what he did that was so wrong to deserve some of the reactions that he's been getting lately. He does not bother him because he knows that Sami Zayn's ride or die fan club is in the house. Zayn doesn't deal with disrespect. He says the gingerbread man represents Trick Williams. He says it was someone wearing a costume, and says that Williams is something it is easy to do what Trick does. Get a great microphone entrance that he have good dance moves and have and a catchphrase. He says he can do that in his sleep. He says what is hard to do is what he does, giving every piece of heart, passion, and grit. That is hard. When you look at the costume, when it's funny, that is not what he sees. He sees Trick Williams not taking him seriously, very seriously, not taking everything there seriously. He sees it as disrespect. Zayn says he was about to hit a gingerbread man in the middle of the ring. The low blows the costume and elbows, drops it. Zayn rips up the costume. Wow, he hit the poor gingerbread man. Trick Williams' music comes out, and Trick Williams get him with the right hands, and he runs towards Zayn, but Zayn rolls out of the ring. All right, some of the fans felt like Sami Zayn is the real baby face, is the real face here, and Zayn is the heel. I mean, and Trick is the heel. But Zayn was just jealous of Trick Williams. Sami Zayn has been champion all out. I mean, his time is over. I mean, it's time for it's Trick's turn now. Then we see a little segment with Ryan here with Nia, My Whole, Jax, and Lash Legend. Nia says, well, even though I know that there has been Brie and Paige, but Nia is just as old news as Brie, Bella, and Paige are, saying that they're not pinning. Lash Legend says they are prepared for the bells, not for Paige and Brie. They be ready. Nia says once that the nostalgia comes back for Paige and Brie, they will join Nikki Bella. Commercial break. Kathy Kelly is backstage with Trick Williams, and Trick Williams comes out with the trainers in the room. He tells her last week he attacked Lil Yachty, now he attacked Gingerbread Man. He says you are attacking Trick's money. You don't attack Trick's money. He says he better hope that the Gingerbread Man is fine. He tells Zayn that he will face him at Backlash. Out comes the doctor who shakes his head, and Trick tells Zayn at Backlash he will whoop that Trick. Yeah, I think Sami is just can't get over the fact that Trick beat him clean at WrestleMania 42. Then we'll see this match: the Irresistible Forces versus Brie, Bella, and Paige, who are this reigning WWE Tag Team Champions. Now I don't think Nikki Bella is really hurt. I think she's probably acting here. Back from commercial, Brie with her Hurricane to Lash and Paige is tagged in. Paige and the right hands, followed by a kick to the face. Paige gets on the top rope and goes for a crossbody, but Lash catches her. Lash lifts Paige up, but Paige lands on her feet. Brie is tagged in, and Paige with a Paige burner. Brie with a belt buster. She goes to cover, but Nia breaks it up. Nia throws Paige to the outside of the ring. Nia is tagged in, and she lands on a splash onto Brie in the corner. Nia climbs to the second rope, but Paige with a kick and Nia is in a tree of woe. Paige with a cannonball onto Lash onto the outside of the ring. Brie rolls Nia up, gets the pin. Winner is still WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Paige and Brie Bella. Okay, but that's okay. Nick Aldis is backstage with Sami Zayn. He tells Aldis that this is all a joke, and now we're having a funeral for Gingerbread Man. Aldis says they are all grieving. Zayn tells them to make it on time match at Backlash official. Aldis makes it official. And then we go to the next segment here. Main event. The Usos versus the Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga. The bell rings and we're underway. Tama Tonga and Jay start the match. Jay with right hands and a super kick, but Tama Tonga with a clothesline. Tama Tonga with the elbow drop. Solo was tagged in and he headbutts Jay. Solo with a right hand, but Jay with a kick onto the side of the head. Jimmy is tagged in and they double team Solo. Jimmy climbs to the second rope and jumps to, but Solo catches him and lands on a spinning Solo slam. Solo with a running hip attack. And go to commercial break. Back from commercial, Solo with a right hand onto Jimmy. Tall Tonga is tagged in, and Tall Tonga with a leg drop. Goes for the cover, but Jimmy kicks out. Tall Tonga with the right hand onto Jay, and Jay falls off the ring apron. Solo is tagged in. Tall, Tall Tonga grabs Jimmy, but Jimmy with an elbow to the face. Solo runs towards Jimmy, but he moves out of the way. And Fatu and Solo falls to the outside of the ring. Tall Tonga goes for a splash onto Jimmy, but Jimmy moves out of the way. Jay is tagged in and he lands on a suicide dive onto Tall Tonga. Jay climbs to the top rope and lands on a crossbody onto Solo. He goes for a cover, Solo kicks out. Jay with the right hands and a super kick. Jay to the ropes and lands on a spear, but he goes for a cover, but Tall Tonga breaks it up. Jimmy with a super kick onto Tall Tonga. Jay with a super kick onto Tall Tonga, and the Usos with a double super kick onto Tall Tonga. The Usos clothesline Tall Tonga to the outside of the ring. Jimmy goes for a suicide dive, but Tall Tonga, the right hand. Jay jumps off Tall Tonga, but Tall Tonga grabs him and throws him into the barricade. Tall Tonga throws Jimmy into the steel steps. Tall Tonga clears the announce table, but Jacob Fatu jumps off the barricade onto Tall Tonga. The referee calls for a bell. Wins by DQ, Soul Silka and Tall Tonga. Fatu toes Tall Tonga into the ring post. He grabs the steel steps and hits Tall Tonga with them. Fatu gets in the ring and gets in the Tongan death grip onto Solo. Tall Tonga gets in the ring apron, but Fatu with his right hand. Fatu goes for a suicide dive, but Tall Tonga grabs him. Fatu with a Tongan death grip onto Tall Tonga. He lifts Tall Tonga and Samoan drops him through the announce table. The Usos are in the ring and they're looking at Fatu. He get in the ring into the ring apron, into the ring. Fatu walks through them and leaves the ring. Fatu tells the Usos to tell Roman that he will walk his ass at WrestleMania, dog his ass at Backlash 1 week from tomorrow, and Smackdown goes off the air. All I can say, this is just a terrible show tonight. I don't think Backlash will be a good show tomorrow. I don't think Backlash will be good, in my opinion. We all know Gunther will be WWE champion 1 week to tomorrow, and he's gonna destroy all the talent with that WWE title and all that crap. He's gonna make the man, and Triple H is just gonna make the man bulletproof because WWE's already going to his downfall anyway. This TKO deal and shit. And I just heard that Stephanie Vicaire is gonna be out of action. This means they're just gonna have what I just heard on the news. That's why I heard Stephanie Vicaire is out of action. This means they're just gonna have just gonna have all I can say is damn you Triple H and WWE. Let's have Liv Morgan and Britney Spears want to be running around for that Raw Women's title. And this, you know what? And I also heard that Kevin Nash said that Kevin Nash accuses WWE elder abuse at Hall of Fame ceremony, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Well, I got all that covered now. I know it's time for my wrestling history and birthdays. Let's go to yesterday. Okay, yesterday was a happy 46th birthday to Sean Devary. Some of you remember when he was like with Muhammad Hassan and brought in the great Khali. Swire Dave Taylor turns 69. Turned 69 yesterday. Thekla, Austrian wrestler. Yeah, Thekla. Hold on a second. Yeah, Thekla turns 30. Hold on a second. Trouble with technical difficulties here. 33. That's her name. She's Austrian wrestling. And yesterday, April the 30th, on primetime, Tuesday night, Wednesday night Titans, I should say. One other thing we've got to mention that Mick Foley was a guest on a Cutting Edge segment. Forgot to mention that he was a Cutting Edge segment. So here it is, this little pipe bomb from Joey Styles. The pipe bomb, the Edge and Leah segment, pipe bomb. Edge and Leah segment with Mick Foley. Okay, here's the pipe bomb with Joey Styles from ECW. Final appearance on Monday Night Raw.
Hey everyone, he's coming back. That's right now. Let's hear it for lead announcer and future cheerleader, Joey Styles. Come on, Joey. Come here, Joey. All right, wait. Real quick, Joey. Let me hear you say your line. Let me hear you say it. The new WWE champion is Kenny! Come on, say it, Joey. Say it. With spirit.
How about if we just do our jobs, King? Call a wrestling match.
Come on, Joey! Let's show some spirit! Come on! Listen, if you were in the ECW, you'd be showing that spirit. I can hear it now! Oh my God! Come on, Joey! Do it!
If this was ECW, I wouldn't be working with a hack like you.
Oh, you know what? No. That's good, Joey. That's showing some spirit. You're finally showing some spirit. I like that.
King, we want to see some spirit. How's that for spirit?
That's good, Joey. We like spirit. You little idiot.
If this was ECW, I wouldn't be working with a hack like you.
Oh, you know what? No. That's good, Joey. That's showing some spirit. You're finally showing some spirit. I like that.
King, we want to see some spirit. How's that for spirit?
That's good, Joey. We like spirit. You little idiot. Let me just say this. During the break, I apologize to the fans here. Right now, I want to take this opportunity to apologize to you, Joey Styles. My fault, just trying to have a little fun. It got out of hand. I'm sorry. Come back out and let's finish the rest of this show. My bad. Come on, Joey. Come on, Joey. Come on back out here.
You want to apologize like nothing happened. Like you didn't knock me on my ass in front of millions of people worldwide. And I'm going to come down there and work with you. I'm not coming back. And now, thanks to the magic of live television, I'm going to show the whole world why for 7 years in ECW, I was the unscripted, uncensored, loose cannon of commentary. 6 months ago, WWE called me. I didn't call this company because I was looking for a job. I didn't need a job. WWE called me because they had humiliated and fired again Jim Ross. So I get JR's spot. And from week 1, week after week, I've got an ongoing lecture about the differences in professional wrestling and sports entertainment. I'm not allowed to say pro wrestling. I'm not allowed to say wrestler. I have to say sports entertainment and refer to the wrestlers as superstars. I'm told to deliberately ignore the moves and the holds during the matches so I can tell stories. Well, ignoring the moves and the holds is damn insulting to the athletes, the wrestlers, not the entertainers, who leave their families 300 days a year to ply their craft in that ring. So here's the best part. Because I'm not a sports entertainment storyteller, I get pulled from WrestleMania. And the reason I'm giving is because I don't sound like Jim Ross, who's the guy they fired in the first place. That makes sense, right? So I swallow the bitter pill. I'm a company guy. I get bumped from WrestleMania. Then I get bumped from Backlash. I'm not good enough to call Backlash. In ECW, I called live pay-per-views on my own. Solo, no color commentators dragging me down. Wasn't done before me, hasn't been done since. But I'm not good enough to call Backlash because I'm not a sports entertainment storyteller. Well, you know what? I am sick of sports entertainment. I am sick of male cheerleaders. I am sick of boogers and bathroom humor and semen, and I am sick of our chairman who likes to talk about his own semen. He mocks God, and makes out with the divas, all to feed his own insatiable ego. I am sick of sports entertainment. And most of all, I'm sick of you fans who actually buy into that crap, this sports entertainment circus. I never needed this job, and I don't want this job anymore. I quit.
You know, we brought Joey Styles up from the gutter, and it looks like he just got homesick. Maybe Joey Styles will feel more at home in a bingo hall kissing Paul Heyman's ass. Idiot.
Yeah, who could blame Joey Styles, man? I know a friend of mine from Pittsburgh doesn't blame Joey Styles at all. Everything he said about WWE is true. And Vince McMahon, everything. I mean, he's the reason why he put ECW out of business. That's why WWE's getting going down to its downfall right now, like it is right now with the TKO deal. Whatever happened to Titan Sports? I miss that. I miss Titan Sports, man. I know everything Joey Styles said was 100% true. I know he loved that pipe bomb. Everything he did, Joey Styles from ECW said was true. The man says, "Oh my God!" Everything Joey Styles said was true about WWE and that pipe bomb. He did the right thing. I know a friend of mine in Pittsburgh agrees watching this video. So yeah, okay, it's 12 a.m. in the morning right now. It's May the 2nd, so I hope I have a good morning. It's midnight, so I hope all of you the Godfather soldiers let me. As Lake Chad Henshaw is out there dressed up check and it's like James Brown singing like Lionel Richie, like to get in a hot tub and we sweat, gonna be dry, gonna be wet. Furniture A. Murphy doing impression James Brown signing it live. I never grew up in this group now, so I grew up in old school standing like when I was little. So I hope I have a good night. I'm out of here. Peace.